Are we ready for lovely 5D mystic woo-woo lady? So, as I always like sharing, what is a great bit of enlightenment is the fact of knowing that enlightenment is you and I as functional adults with a restorative embodied self. So it's the optimal health, inner well-being of a human being. So I'm trauma-informed, attachment-informed, a lot of informed and educated. But it's not only education that creates awareness of what it is to live a healthier lifestyle. I've met plenty of educated people throughout my college years, throughout my mystic years. The 4D mystics are nowhere near being whole 3-year-old hearts. They have still to recover. In fact, you see them standing with the bystanders, yelling at each other. Some have superhero capes and they feel they're battling supervillains and they're rescuing someone. And so the codependent, superior, inferior, no, it's not only that. It's like this little triangle of all people that have yet to say, oh, wait, we shouldn't point a finger at our own species. We are a species that has, lo and behold, 0-1 year of age is what we all begin with. So unresolved trauma is where I was getting to. So time to heal. This lovely snake, which we all know represents something different depending if you're an ancient silverback from the ancient times or if you are excessive in any type of belief system for that matter. So we like data points, even though I'm pseudoscience lady, but that's exactly why I'm pseudoscience lady, because I know who the sciences are as I know who the spirituality are, and I get to bring them together with the human elements. So 5D mystic here, enlightenment, functional adult, woo-woo, pseudoscience, because of respecting the true sciences, which would be those who empower you with genuine, no, it's not just genuine, they're good educators. There's a difference. The good educators know about their implicit bias, and they actually know how to scooch it over to the side, and they also don't look like humongous soldiers who are scolding you into doing the right thing or creating shortcuts that don't exist to ensure that you try their app out and think that you can heal trauma that way. If people really care, as I was saying, when you care about the quality of life that you live and your relationships, you will not think of shortcuts when it comes to your healing journey. You will also not use words and weaponize them. You will also not look like a person who needs to scold someone into being healthier with their inner and outer well-being. So I've seen, again, plenty of beautiful individuals who are educated. They have not completely come full circle and they're not completely their adult self, but they are superheroes to some, the ones who need to be rescued. They're all rescuing each other from the same, we're special while others are not. So that's not healthy self-worth. Healthy self-worth is knowing that everyone deserves, and actually their mammalian heritage, our mammalian heritage, 3 crucial needs of a child. Thank you, Gabor Mate, one of the many who shares information that helps to clarify why we have so many people with unresolved trauma who are navigating their threat and defense systems, not their soothing system. I have a soothing system and that is activated, and yoga did make a difference, not a big difference, a tiny difference, meaning I noticed a difference in the conscious awareness. But see, the thing is, I don't have a traumatizing experience with my first years of life or my life in general. I've processed my emotions. I'm okay with being sad. I'm okay with being mad. I have a good relationship with the 6 basic emotions that we all have. So my brain circuits with all emotions, I did not have a suppressing parent, because I had one primary caregiver and I got to be a wild child. And yes, all the ones who wanted to say something about rudeness, it was not rude, because that's what I love about the passionate Neapolitans. That's where my heritage is from, is they allow their kids to be wild all over the place and they get therefore relationship with all their emotions, versus you must be proper, and if you do not behave, no love for you. Okay, so Gabor Mate's 3 crucial needs for the infant: loving acceptance, not needing to work for love, and 3, being able to explore all of those basic emotions we have. When they're suppressed, we have, a situation at hand. He's not the only one who talks about important aspects for children. Daniel Siegel is another, and that's through Mind Sight Institute. I got to learn a lot about disorganized attachment and dissociative identity disorder recently, but also attachment and the lifespan. And so, time to heal, as I was trying to get to this, some of us have a whole 3-year-old heart. And so we know about inner and outer well-being. So our quality of life is almost always in the forefront, which means we know how to maintain equanimity. No drinking too much, no, fucking too much. I'm not interested personally in drugs. And I've met educated people who actually did do drugs. So education isn't what makes you healthier. Education may empower you with information. If you're using and wielding your little baton in a way of trying to whip people into shape, you're not completely a grown-up yet. You're still a teenager who now is leading a squad. It's a little bit like Peter Pan. So the people who follow those people who look like soldiers, they want a strong person. That's why the authoritarians, they manipulate emotionally, because if you're a 3-year-old without an adult in the room, well, you're manipulable because you're not healthy self-worth. And that's why people call yoga and spirituality demonic and demons, and they go to the other extreme because they don't know how to heal from their childhood and or unresolved trauma and or very serious business. We also don't need to be making excuses for people who are creating, I don't even know how many 4D mystics to bring into the mix, because between AI being, the next demon and monster, and divinity being taken away from you because of science is explaining that, for example, there's no demon that takes over you. When you see certain things, and I know people who have seen certain things, those people have big trauma. In fact, I've shared with multiple of them, don't worry, you don't need to think you're connected to anything like that. Yes, the mind's eye, all this stuff, and I know about, because of doing Akashic record readings, I know about other things that we discuss, but FYI, you have a fear receptor in your brain. Here's what I can share with you about trauma memory, trauma charges, trauma fragmentation. So they like to hear the sciences because it's helping them to know you're not related to a plane that is in a mind's eye. Please stay grounded in reality. I know there's plenty of 4D mystics who tell you, oh no, tarot, you got the devils going in your blood. Okay then, wow, really? Patrick McNamara, people, please. He's a neuroscientist. Go look him up. He has a lot of great research, so do other neuroscientists, about what it means to be in a flow state and how your brain works. And as an Enlightenment person, I know exactly what a flow state is. So it's not out of hand. No. However, if you're going to be a person who gets there, you need to understand the serious business of trauma, charges, and all that stuff, which apparently, again, people think there are shortcuts. So when I see apps, and not just apps, even courses with copy, I'm an online marketer, as another side of what I do as an online entrepreneur and content creator. And so when I see copy created to say, oh, let me give you a shortcut to your trauma healing, magic wand. Oh, let me give you a shortcut to personal development. Magic wand again. Like, wow, they obviously don't know about the threat system, the drive system, that's right, and the soothing system, and that to practice your soothing system, so to get into your ventral vagal state, your higher social engagement, which means you being able to be a grown-up whenever somebody's in a room, whether you agree with them or not. Yeah, that's where the Satori moment that people in spirituality practices say you can't feel, experience unless you go through something specific like a Kundalini awakening or spirituality awakening. I'm going to say I beg to differ, but then again, I do know what they mean. But then again, I know what it means in human terms. If you can access your inner world, those first 3 years of life are very important, the implicit memory. So the people who have secure attachment can easily gain a relationship with their basic emotions. The ones who are not able to easily, they need the good therapists and good educators to inform them there are no shortcuts, but you are not broken. You are able to work with your childhood trauma and with trauma memory with the good therapists who can talk to you about it, or people in the in-between who can also lead you there. And no, there's no shortcuts. And education is not the only thing that creates the ability for you to know why healthier is the integration of your brain and restorative embodied self. It's you caring about your quality of life and the quality of your relationships. So knowing that love is not something that you need to work for, that it's unconditional, because that's what our humanity is. And the ability to know this is thanks to the neuroscientists, the trauma experts, the updated sciences people, not the ones using the ancient silverback stories. Those stories serve their purpose in their time. Now we want new stories to heal trauma and to get humanity in the forefront. So tune in for more. And again, let's heal the world, not just some people. We can get to all people. It's all about love, the whole 3-year-old heart.